breath. Do we ever think about our breath? Do we ever think about when we breathe in and out and bring our attention, our awareness, our focus to our breath? Do you know where it is in your body? Is it everywhere? So when you're breathing, what are we breathing in? Like, we know that there's oxygen, right? We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide because that's what the scientists have told us. We know that trees produce this oxygen per the information that has been provided. So basically, when we breathe tree breath. It's an exchange of breath. And upon the outhale, in this outhale, I'm talking. So what happens? Am I still breathing in and out when I talk? Our natural breath, when we just let everything go, and if we just take notice, not to change it, but just have a witness, an observer approach on it. So let's let it return back to normal and just have a little bit of an awareness on it, right? So in. I'm going to close my mouth because my natural breath is in and out of the nose. For me, a natural reset, a help, when I can feel the breath moving faster. And so a quick reset, usually I close my eyes and hold it, and I think about up here, or right here, or right here, all of it in alignment. And release. We can only have one thought at a time. So our focus, what we know, what we're focused on is where your attention goes, your energy flows. So if your attention is elsewhere from your current here, that's where your consciousness, your attention is. So then you can feel pulled in multiple places. For me, at times when my mind can feel scattered, where the mind is doing more than it's made to do, or when I have something on my to-do list that keeps looping, sometimes for me what's helpful is I say it out loud. So a lot of times when we speak and we tell our kids things, we're speaking to ourselves. We're speaking for ourselves. Like when we tell our kid, remember to do this, they already know. We've told them a million times, and most of the time, let's be honest, it's pretty logical. We're speaking for ourselves because we're saying it because we've now done our job. Now it's on them, right? Because we've said it. But what if trust? So not necessarily trust in them, but trust in ourselves enough that, like, we've already said it. So it's taken care of. Why do we need to repeat it? If we're repeating it for ourselves, it's because, well, maybe it's on our mind in a loop. So if it's looping, so that's subconscious programming. We run off of majority of subconscious programming when we're not in our creative, the 10%, the frontal lobe. And if we don't have awareness about our subconscious, so more unlocking, I guess, of awareness of those subconscious programming, these are all the secrets, though, is our feelings, how the universe speaks. The language of love has many different voices and sounds and ways to communicate. That's why it's a universal language. Love is the universal language. Everybody speaks it. Every single spirit, essence, being, that's what our makeup is love. So we all, it's not even like speaking. Every cell of our body, every single atom is comprised and constructed of the material of love. Humanity has and continues and will always try and label and describe for love. It's all about love. Every single advancement and everything in this universe and in this world has all been constructed because of love. Think about it. Everything here in this dream world, why they call it a dream world, is because it's been somebody's dream. When you were a kid and your parents said, dream big, I don't know if everybody's parents did, but they said, dream, you can be whatever you want to be. That's true. You can still, hey, little kid in you, you can be whatever you want to be, because the truth is you already are. But your expectation of how it's playing out sometimes is, that's what we're getting hung up on, is the scene in front of us. The scene in front of us is yesterday's thoughts, yesterday's manifestation. So what it means with our current moment is made up of yesterday's happenings in now. But that's if you're so let's back up for a second, because we're talking about focus. So focus. We're talking about the breath. Where is your breath? One of the things that I've been wanting, well, I sent out, so I guess let me get back to one of the practices. So when my mind is all different places, as you can tell, there can be, I call it, a lot of tabs open. So there's a lot of different tabs of different ideas or thoughts or hats or things. So one of them is, for my mind, I can be thinking about all of these things, and they could be interconnected or not, but how I close tabs sometimes is I'll say it out loud. I say, okay, I'm saying it in order to drop it. It's like putting it in a bucket. So say if I need to remember something, like it pops into my brain and I have to remember to do it, and it's a later thing, but it just popped in and I want to focus on here. But I don't want to forget about it. But if I change my focus and I go do that, then I've broken my focus here. So in order to not break my focus here, I simply will just say it out loud and say, remind me, here, take note, remind me of this. And then I drop it and then I come here. I don't have a current example right now because it's dropped. But, okay, for instance here, I have an appointment. I need to leave at 6 p.m. and start getting ready. 5:30. Okay, dropped. So here, I'm focused. I'm here. So I don't have to worry. So in the same way, okay, we say it once to our kid. I mean, we can keep saying it, so say they don't do it. Oh, reminder. I mean, our spirit guides, our inner voice loops and loops and loops. So it's natural that we loop and loop and loop. But what if the one we're looping and looping and looping, like that's our own loop? It really is nothing about whoever we're speaking to or doing any, like nobody else exists. In our dream world, right? Anything is possible. You can be whatever you want to be. Dream big. All these things. The English language is a magical language. It is a magical language. Literally, the imagination is the planet of magic. Stay with me. Imagination is a nation of magicians, you guys. Magi nation. It's a nation of magicians. Y'all are magic. And you can think about that however you want to think about that, because I know the term magic, it has, okay, you're a walking miracle. The fact that you are currently here in existence and breathing, aware of your breath, seeing whatever it is that you see, hearing how you hear, smelling, tasting, like all your senses here, this experience, that's why you're here. It's profound. You're a miracle. Do you understand that the actual chemistry and science, like the actual concept of a baby? So like we all know the other stuff, but like at the time, so conception, the actual chemical big boom that happens of creation within a woman's womb, the moment that the sperm and the egg meet, it's literally a big bang. It is a chemical reaction, and it happened, like it's supposed to happen. There's no, in my experience, in my own personal experience as a mother, I 1,000% know. Again, remember, I know nothing, but I know in my own personal experience that no matter what, if somebody is meant to be on this earth, you are going to stay here. You can take active steps. I don't care how active all of this in my universe, and this is my world. Everything happens for a reason, regardless if I know the reason now or ever know the reason, or maybe I don't need to ever know the reason because that's not the point. But everything, every human that is here now, or was, or will be, every single one is meant to be here. Because if you weren't, then you wouldn't be. Look up. Literally the moment. It's a big bang. We are all a big bang into here, this dense world. Not to transcend it, but feel it. To feel it. To feel. Think about all of these things that are trying to get us to not feel, to manage our emotions. Manage your emotions. Okay, who's defining this? By whose standard? I have a lot of emotions. I have big feelings and big emotions. I'm a highly sensitive individual. Highly sensitive. And I've operated in this world. I don't know, that's just how I have operated. I don't know any differently. But I've witnessed and watched. I've been a major pattern recognizer my entire life, but I always saw it as, I saw my emotions and the way I saw the world as wrong. I thought because I see differently that there was something wrong with me. That's not true. It was true back then because that's what I believed. So all of the circumstances and things that have happened, I believe that I chose. I experienced it unconsciously a lot, and I'd come through out in levels of consciousness and awareness throughout my life, but regardless, that doesn't matter because all there is now. So what I believe, I can say that. I can be like, oh, I was fully conscious and aware the whole time. That's not true. Or I was unconscious. I didn't know. I could play victim. I was victim. I played victim. Did it really well. Everything that I believed, I committed. But that's the thing, is that we all only operate out of what we know. We only know what we know, and we only can meet other people to the extent that we face ourselves and meet ourselves. And what that means when we face ourselves or we meet ourselves, I guess the best way that I can think of to describe it right now, it makes me think of a word, dragon. So for me, it makes me think to face myself means to face my dragon. And how you think and interact or, identify with a dragon, that's up to you. But for me, I like words. I love words, and I love play on words. I love to tear words apart. I like letters. I love language. So dragon, when you look at the word, right, D-R-A-G-O-N, and you say it and you tear it apart, drag on. So it's like a drag, it drags on. And in one perspective, you're dragging to, maybe it's fiery and it's loud and it's roar, and it's that image of a dragon like hiding the treasure in a fiery beast that you have to overcome. but your dragon's protecting the treasures, and the dragon lives within you. And so those treasures are your treasures. So it's your dragon protecting your own treasures. So there's really nothing to be afraid of. It's feeling that we feel, but what if the dragon inside of us that is it feels like a dragging on because we're not paying attention to her or him, but we're not paying attention to our drag on. And so it's dragging on until we get the message. Hey, come face yourself. So when we sit and it's that time, right, the hero's journey or whatever, but you have to go into your subconscious. You have to go into your cave, into the underworld. Go to the depths and root into the integration. So if you look at the chakra system, so go into your dragon and make friends and peace with your dragon. I mean, she's protecting your treasure. That's her job, is protection. So if she knows the war is over and you're safe, make friends with your beast. Think about it. It's only dragging on whatever you're feeding it, whatever your relationship with it. So in the sense, when we go to our subconscious, so whatever the dragon represents, dragons represent a lot of things, but a major thing is dragons represent our subconscious. So when you go to your subconscious and you face whatever it is, I mean, really what the dragon is dragging on is this resistance, and it's going to keep looping until we sit and go, okay, cool. Hey, dragon, what are you saying? What's up? And saying this is one thing, because usually when you're in that loop and you feel it, it feels different. But that's where this awareness comes in of like, okay, I'm not my thoughts. I'm not these feelings. This is simply a message. And the way that it communicates with me is through the feelings. The way that I receive messages from the universe, from God, through source, everything. Think about it. How can source communicate to its creation? If source gave us a vessel, a feeling to hear, to see, to smell, to speak, and breathe, and touch, and feel, why would source do that if not to then communicate with us that way? And if these are the mechanisms to ground us, right? Like if you're ever in a panic or anything, a really great tool to use to ground you right immediately is doing a sensory, right? What are the first 5 things you see? Name 5 things you see. Trees, fence, grass, blanket, pink pool, chair. I don't know how many I counted, but 4 things I hear. I hear traffic. I hear a lawnmower. I hear sprinklers. And I hear hammers. And nail guns, so that's 5. But 3, so we did see and hear, feel. 3 things I feel. I feel the cushion on my back. I feel the breath coming out of the air coming out of my nose. I feel the glasses on my face. 2 things I smell. I smell the warm summer air. And I smell warm or fresh cut grass. 1 thing I taste, or I want to taste. I taste the salt on my lips. What I like to do is I like to take a big breath in and release it. And it shifts to now. So like I'm here now feeling, because a lot of times, at least for me throughout my life, when I would be all these different places and panicking, it's because I'm in a lot of places and not here. And really, I would put labels and all this stuff on it and judge it. That's the main thing. I would judge so harshly, but it's all made up, right? Dear diary, it's all made up. So I'm dropping the judge, because the universe is meant to be in sacred balance. So as I stay in sacred balance, hello, I'm in heaven. Heaven on earth. So, I love you. I share heaven on earth with you. I don't know, at the end of the day, do you remember when you're breathing? Where's your attention? Where's your focus? Let's bring it back to the breath. So, I'm going to breathe in and breathe out with a smile. I love you, friend. Be still.